As tradition, we first meet Deidara alongside his Akatsuki partner, Sasori. They stealthily infiltrate the Sand Village with the intent to abduct Gaara and extract the one-tailed beast Shukaku from within him. This was made easy by Gaara himself confronting the two as they entered the village. As he is the Kazekage, he'd very much like to know what these two fairy tale creatures are doing in his swamp. Gaara realizes they mean harm and it is on. Deidara even loses an arm in the ensuing fight with Gaara. However, he backs Gaara into a difficult position. Deidara decides to use his C3, which is a large-scale bomb with the power to level the Sand Village. The goal being to force Gaara to protect the village or himself, but not both. Gaara manages to protect the village, but Deidara takes the opportunity to slip past his defenses while he's distracted. Deidara retreats with Gaara in tow, while Sasori stays behind to deal with Kankuro. After they begin the ritual to extract Shukaku, they receive word that the heroes, Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi, are on their way to rescue Gaara. Itachi gives a cryptic hint as to which one of the three would be the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. With Itachi's hint in mind, Deidara decides to sit on Gaara's corpse with the intent of baiting the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki into revealing himself. Predictably, this disrespect of Gaara and his body enrages Naruto, leading him to barge in and scream that he was going to kill Deidara, which is exactly in line with the hint Itachi gave. Deidara once again takes off with Gaara's body, luring Naruto and Kakashi away, leaving Sasori to deal with Granny Chiyo and Sakura in his penultimate puppet pact fate. The odds are not in Deidara's favor, as he's left to deal with an enraged and very powerful Naruto, tapping into the Nine-Tails chakra, and a very skilled Kakashi with one of Deidara's least favorite tricks in tow, the Sharingan. There are numerous close calls, and Kakashi is able to destroy Deidara's other arm, but Deidara barely escapes most of the attacks. Eventually, he's forced to use one of his clone bombs and hide, making everyone think he's blown himself up. After the coast was clear, Deidara thought the first order of business was doing something about that whole having no arms thing, which is understandable. It's probably pretty uncomfortable. After having Kakuzu reattach one arm and getting a replacement for the other, we're back in business. With Sasori being worm food, Deidara's new partner became the suspicious and highly irritating Tobi. The two worked together, this time in an attempt to take down Sasuke Uchiha. This wasn't strictly a job assignment though, as he was the younger brother of Itachi and also a Sharingan user. This was personal for Deidara. The fight is long and flashy, and Deidara is holding his own, but Sasuke is able to keep up using all of the tricks that Deidara hates, specifically Genjutsu and his super special eyes. The two are eventually exhausted and depleted of chakra, and Deidara, in a bit of a daze and rage, decides he's going to end things once and for all. He lets loose his ultimate art, C0, in an attempt to sacrifice himself and take Sasuke out with him. And it would have worked too had Sasuke not summoned Orochimaru's old business partner, Manda, to take the hit for him. Manda is not happy, but has no real choice other than to take the nuke to the face and die mad at Sasuke over it, while Deidara dies in vain over a petty grudge. For a while anyway, because Kabuto needed his army of zombies, and Deidara is one of the many that are brought back for the 4th Shinobi World War. Deidara took this in stride, having made himself into his ultimate artistic vision, only to be able to come back and wreak even more beautiful havoc, not to mention the scores he still had to settle. While traveling with Kabuto, they are attacked by Deidara's old master, Onoki, the 3rd Tsuchikage. Deidara tells Kabuto to split while he deals with the miniature senior citizen and his entourage. There is a bit of a tiff, but things end early without really amounting to much, and Deidara is assigned elsewhere. He does get to catch up with his fellow art school dropout, Sasori, while they take on the surprise division of the Allied Shinobi forces. In fact, they have a confrontation with Sai, a fellow artist and professional Sasuke replacement. Being an indestructible zombie suits Deidara very well, as he's able to be even less careful about exploding everything around him, and revels in his new ability to deliver more art and carnage. He even tosses around the idea of being able to use C0 multiple times, but decides against it because he thinks it'll cheapen his art. This stubbornness and adherence to his own personal artistic morals is what prevents him from having a bigger impact on the rest of the war. He is suppressed by the Ambush Division's leader, Kankuro, and eventually leaves the living world when the Edo Tensei is released.